Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time in the United States, which is midday in Australia or 1 AM if you're in the UK. Do remember though, if you miss the live streams, you can watch these streams at any time by clicking the videos tab on my Twitch page. I hope all you guys and girls are well. We are going to continue working on designing up the master bedroom for the game The House in the Hollow that we're creating in the Unreal Engine 4. It's good to see you, Smurfberry Barbecue. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend. So yes, that's what we're doing. We're going to continue working on the House in the Hollow game. What I'm going to do is, I think we're going to start decorating up a couple of more assets for the bedroom. I'll jump into Max, and over the weekend I created this light fitting that we're going to use in the master bedroom to hang from the ceiling. So you'll be pleased to know I have already UV mapped it. Let me just connect this up. So it is UV mapped. I've also, let me get rid of that now. I've also assigned vertex colors to the model so that we can bring it straight into Substance Painter. As always, guys and girls, though, do remember, if you've got any questions while I work, please feel free to pop into chat and ask me. If I can help you in any way, I'm happy to try. If you just want to pop in and say hello, that is always welcome. But if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. So yes, I've designed the model. It's been UV mapped. I've assigned vertex colors so that we can take it into Substance Painter and start texturing it up. And that's what we're going to do right now. So let's jump into Substance Painter and create a new project. Gothic Light. I've already exported it as well. See, I'm all prepared. Compute tangent space. Okay. Let's rename our material to Gothic Light and bake out our meshes, our maps I should say. Good. Okay, let's start texturing this up. So I'm going to jump into my Smart Materials. And let's find a smart material that would be cool. Let's go JR Gold 06. Okay, let's delete this blank layer at the bottom that we don't need. And add color selection. And we'll assign that to these decorative pieces toward the top. Okay, let's go to JR05. Sniper Girl, it's good to see you. How are you? Sniper Girl says you're prepared for a change. So proud of you. It's good to see you, Sniper Girl. How are you going? How is everything going at the studio? You enjoying it? Still? I know it's early days, but it's good to see you. Are you still at work or are you at home now? Actually, you must be at work, I guess, because you said you don't have your PC. Sniper Girl says, doing well, just clocked out and chilling currently. You know I'm doing really well. Yep. No, everything's good. Look, I'm laughing to myself because I won't get into it with you guys. I won't. It's to do with the game and it's to do with other companies I'm involved with the game. It's just I got an email this morning. It's like, 3 weeks till Christmas. Come on, guys, leave me alone. Sniper Girl says, and yeah, no PC. Oh no! Remember, you can watch me on your phone. I guess that's the important thing. So yeah, just contract stuff is. I got it, like I said, an email this morning, and all the joys of working with other businesses. Anyway, Let's add a color selection to this. Oh yes, contract stuff can be fun. It certainly can. Oh, you gotta laugh. You've got to laugh. Well, let's assign this to this top part here. It's all good. It takes a lot to stress me out. As you guys know, I'm pretty chilled and laid back, so it's all good. It's one of the advantages of not having, because the game studio, I don't answer to anyone else. What I decide goes. Anyway, let's choose another gold color here. Let's go with number 3. And let's add a color selection to this one. We're going to go with the grey. And we'll also add another color, and we'll go with the aqua blue here. I'm just checking the scale to make sure the scale looks alright. Sniper Girl says, work-wise it's going well. So far only been reporting, or reach apologising, my apologies, I can't read. Really want to model something. I'm sure they'll put you to work soon enough, don't worry. Doing retopology though, that can be fun, I guess. Is that the right word for it? I love the automated tools. I don't know, I mentioned on the Discord server this morning, I think it was, because the guys were talking about 3D Studio Max, and Max have released the roadmap, Autodesk have released a roadmap for 3D Studio Max coming up. And they've got some really cool stuff planned, finally, for 3D Studio Max. Remember too, if you're a Max user, pardon me, that the 0.3 update was recently released a week or two ago, so update your 3D Studio Max. And one of the tools that's in the roadmap coming up is an auto retopology tool. Now, you know, doing retopology by hand is always the best way to go. Doing UV mapping by hand is always the best way to go. The most efficient way to do it. But using an automated tool can get you like 3/4 of the way there. And then you can do the rest of it by hand. You can do the cleanup by hand. So it's a much faster way to do it. And I was saying that I actually have a plugin for Max that I use to do retopology. Long story short, that's where I was going with this story. But it's good to hear it's going well. And I'm sure, like I said, I'll put you to work modelling something soon enough. Sniper Girl says, dude, the models that I'm retopologizing are like a drunk 5th grader that just learned 3D modelling model. You know, I used to find when you used to get a lot of work, like sometimes the studio will outsource work to get stuff done if they're running short of time or manpower, and I used to find a lot of the stuff that was outsourced was a mess, an absolute mess. So I get where you're coming from, Sniper Girl. I can only imagine. Smokeberry says machine learning is going to take over everything. Well, yeah, another one of the bullet points in Max's upcoming roadmap is machine AI for UV mapping, which I find really, really cool. Something I'm looking forward to. Even though I use Rhizome UV, which does a really good job most of the time, having those tools built into Max is always a better way to go. That way you don't have to buy more software or subscribe to more software if it's all built into the program. That's why with retopology now, even though I do use a plugin, I'm looking forward to that having that built into Max, and it saves me having to get into ZBrush to do retopology. So Sniper Girl says, not as bad as these models are. No way in hell will AI ever be able to retopologize that garbage. Yeah, and like I said, I know when I was working with a lot of outsourcing studios, getting models in, that some of the stuff that they used to give us was rubbish, absolute rubbish. That was number 3. Let's throw down number 2. This little bug. I've said to you guys before, am I seeing that? I swear to God, there is this little bug flying around me. It's driving me nuts. It's like like a fruit fly, really, really tiny fruit fly. That's why you can't see it on stream. I swear to God, it's there. Trust me. I'm not imagining things. Phil's not going mad. There's this little bug. Let's assign a color to this one. No, that's not what I want to do. We'll go with this top fitting here for this one. Okay, what else we got to play with here? Sniper Girl says compared the models to a person that modelled them being a drunk 5th grader for a reason, and honestly, as bad as they were, that's being really kind. Oh, the poor person that created them is probably feeling really bad. That's why you're there, to clean up all this horrible work that some junior's done. Some junior. What do I want to add now? Let's try this gold, see what it looks like. Gold, and more gold. Sniper Girl says, wish I didn't have an NDA so I could show you how bad they were. We trust. I can imagine Sniper Girl, it's cool. Don't break those NDAs. Studios don't like that at all. They get very upset. I'm actually going to throw an underlying texture on this gold, I think. Sniper Girl says I won't Tom Holland it either. Yes, don't. I'm just going to collapse these so I don't get confused as to what layer I'm working in. Because Phil is easily confused. Alright, so that's the base layer there. Let's jump into our materials and let's find a good underlying metallic shader. Sniper Girl says Tom Holland is an actor that... did you realise I didn't understand what on earth you were talking about? Tom Holland is an actor that plays as Spider-Man in MCU. He's well known for saying spoilers during interviews. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Because, yeah, was it the confused and lost and dazed look on my face that gave it away? Now, Sniper Girl says, just gets way too excited and doesn't think before saying. You've got to bite your tongue. Got to bite your tongue. I was reading too about Paul Sniper Echo's problems he had with that power surge, destroying all his equipment. I didn't realise it was as bad. When he mentioned it on stream last week, I didn't realise it was as bad as it was, because apparently it took out a lot of his equipment. It took out neighbours' TVs and things. There was like a power surge. He even had a UPS that had burnt out, which is just terrible. Yeah, there was some power surge, and it took out his PC, his motherboard. It took out two 1080 Ti's. It destroyed his main hard drive. He's having problems reading his network backup drive. The neighbours had their televisions and stuff burnt out. And we were saying to him on Discord that he really should hold the power company responsible and get them to pay to replace everything. But his major concern is the data. He's got data that he can't access, and that's more important than the actual hardware, because he was saying it's 6 months' work. So it's just terrible, really terrible. So I really feel sorry for him. Sniper Girl says, wow, was his UPS still insured? Usually they come with a warranty when you buy them that covers damage. That's a good question, actually. We should put that to him as well, see if his UPS warranty will cover any damage. But the power company are the ones that should be responsible. I know in Australia, if there's a problem like that, you can actually force the power company to pay you compensation to replace the equipment that was destroyed. It is a long and drawn out process. They don't want to do it offhand, like, they're not going to volunteer to do it. You've got to make them. It will take, a few months to get it done, but you really should. You should force them. Sniper Girl says, when I bought mine, it had a 5-year, 100,000 damage cover. Yeah, we should put that to him on Discord, see if his UPS does actually have coverage, warranty coverage. I guess it depends on how old his UPS is, if it still has that coverage or not. Let's throw this rusted steel down as an underlying colour. And we're going to throw a smart mask on top of that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this down as a separate layer, I think. So we'll keep all of that in its own layer. We will throw that rusted metal on top. So yeah, I hope he does have coverage, and if he doesn't, I still think that the power company should be held responsible. Because he only mentioned it, I think, because I mentioned last week when I was working, I had a brownout. Now, a brownout is not a surge, it's where the power dips. So he had where the power spiked, I had where the power dipped, but it reset all of my machines. I was in the middle of doing network rendering, so I had all my machines going, and they all rebooted, which was bad enough, but all my equipment was still okay. So yeah, these surge, he said he had surge protection as well, but it blew the surge protection out on the power boards that he was using. So, just terrible. Sniper Girl says, hopefully sad Sniper Echo. Yeah, I know. How would you be? It's terrible, terrible, terrible. You think you're doing everything right by having a UPS and having surge protection and still fried everything. So it must have been one hell of a surge. Really must. We might just scale this a little bit more. And we're going to mask with color selection. And I want it on these blue bits. And now we'll do a smart mask. So yeah, the poor guy. I really feel bad for him. Because I love my PCs. If anything happened to my PCs, I'd be devastated. I love my PCs. Love them. Treat them like children. How sad is that? Let's go with this one. Sniper Girl says, yeah, right, we all know you married your PC. That's right, I married my PCs. I love my PCs. Cannot live without my PCs. I'm just going to pull back on the height information on this layer a little bit. Just a bit too bumpy. That's a bit better. Oh, we still haven't textured these bits up though, so let's do that. And for those, let's go with... what will we go with for those? Sniper Girl says, No, my computer won't like hearing this, but I look forward to demoting her to being a server and building a new PC. Shh. Make sure you say that away from your PC. Don't, like you said, don't let her hear it. My PC's a voice, of course. But, yes. Yeah, I still have love for all my old computers, even after I upgrade them. Like, my old main machine is now my stream machine, so they all get loving. All of them. No one's ignored. What do I want? Just trying to work out what colour scheme I want to go with here for these final decorative pieces. Let's go with 4. Let's mask with color selection. And we're picking we'll go with the yellow bits. We'll also add another color selection so I don't use another texture, and we'll go with the blue bits, the same texture. And the final ones will change the texture up a little bit. I might just move this layer down one, I think. Let me undo that. There we go. I just wanted it to look a little bit more distressed than it was. Snappergirl says my PC is like 10 plus years old, so yeah. It's in its old age then, hey? 10 plus years. In PC terms, it's old age. Be like an 80-year-old. Not as old as me, of course, because we all know I knew Noah. That Sniper Girl likes to remind me. And for the final texture here, let's go with I don't know. What will we go with? Maybe this one. And mask by color selection. And pick that. Oh, did I? And I think I forgot to do these ones, so let's pick color again and go with that one as well. Alrighty, let us add a dirt layer because you know I like to put dirt on everything. Because that's the real world. The real world is not clean, it's dirty. Even though this is hanging inside a building, it's still going to get dusty and dirty. Sniper Girl says, yeah, it's a geriatric computer, that's for sure. Actually, I have a little Nook, a little Intel Nook that I hook up to my main TV. Because I used to run Kodi on it. I don't anymore, but it's still good to have the Nook hooked up to the PC, the TV I should say, in case I ever want to do anything on the couch. Game on the couch or something, like use Steam, and I can send my game from my main computer to the main TV via Steam and stuff. But it's starting to because the TV is 4K, the little Nook is having a problem pushing a 4K signal. So my poor little Nook is struggling. It is old. I mean, it's like I think it's an i3 or an i5 4 series, like 4 whatever, 4310 or something. Like, yeah, so it's a few generations behind now. It's starting to struggle, really starting to struggle. Edo says, good to see you, Edo. Edo says, I think I'm going to leave my job and just swap to freelance. Just doesn't seem worth it working there other than a financial cushion. The financial cushion, Edo, is very important. You don't want to make yourself homeless because you can't get an income. Freelancing is good. You can set your prices. You can choose the projects you want to work on. Oh, look, don't get me wrong. I do freelancing and I love it. But I work for a studio full time as well. I don't do one or the other. I do both. Just as a hedge, because sometimes you might find it hard to get a freelance job. They're not always constantly pouring in. So just be careful. I can understand where you're coming from, and I agree. Be careful, please. Sniper Girl says, financial cushion is nice. It is. It is very nice. You don't not be able to eat. Actually, I saw Edo too that I think Edo posted a video of some fluid simulation on the Discord. Check it out on the Discord. If you guys and girls watching haven't already joined the Phil Does 3D Discord. I've just popped a link in chat. Remember too, you can join at any time if you're watching the stream back under the videos section of my Twitch page by clicking the blue graphic below my stream that says join the Phil Does 3D Discord. Go figure. But yeah, he posted a video of fluid simulation and it was really, really cool. Really cool. It was actually a ship going through some fluids. Very cool video, really nicely done too, the guy that put the simulation together. Edo says, yes, the cushion is nice, but it's not furthering my career. Well, that's an important thing as well. I've actually recently, remember I said to you guys, it's not till I started working, creating a game again for the game studio, that I realised how much I missed working, how much fun I should say it is working on a game. And there is a studio in New Zealand that is looking for someone with Unreal Engine experience, and I've thought about applying to them. I have thought about it, that they've had very generous packages. Like they'll do relocation, they give you unlimited annual leave, unlimited sick leave, all that sort of stuff, which is really nice. And they pay decently as well. But I don't know. I've been with the studio, the ArchViz studio I work at now for 7 or 8 years. I'd feel lost if I said goodbye to them, I think. But I do like working in games again. Like I said, I appreciate how much I enjoy working on games. So, Sniper Girl says, wow, that's nice. It is nice. And I wouldn't mind working in New Zealand. I like New Zealand. It's a very beautiful place to live. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Melbourne, but yeah, I've always liked New Zealand. And yes, but there's just a couple, a few things, like they're a startup company, so you've always got to be careful with startup companies. You never know how they're going to go in the long run. The studio I work at now, the ArchViz studio, they've been in business for decades, so. Volition is amazing so far, Sniper Girl says, good to hear. It's always good when the studio you work for is are nice people or a good group of people to work with. I don't know what your studio is like, Edo. Is it just that you don't like the work that you're doing? You don't find it interesting? Or is it that you don't like the studio you're working at? Or there can be many reasons, but yeah. Sniper Girl says, minus the retopologing a drunk 5th grader's models. So yeah, I haven't decided that I will apply to the studio. I heard of the studio looking for people. I went to their website this morning. I checked them out a little bit. That sort of thing. You know what you do when you're thinking about moving to a studio? You go and check them out thoroughly before you actually even apply to them, just to make sure that they are a good mob to work for. Edo says, don't like the studio or the work. Okay. That's a problem. If you don't like the studio or the work, that is a problem. But the other thing too is the studio are working on a space game, which is cool. But you guys see the sort of work that I do. I do a lot of period stuff. I like period stuff. I don't think I've ever worked on a space game. So yeah, that's the other reason I'm still sort of umming and ahhing about whether I would apply or not. I'm not saying, I mean, I like playing space games. I love Elite Dangerous, but or Elite Horizons. But working on them, I'm just not sure about. I'm more statues and period buildings and all that sort of stuff, or what you see on screen at the moment, as opposed to more the sci-fi sort of thing. I've worked on a lot of different projects. Some of them have been very modern, some of them have been sci-fi-y. But as far as personal interest goes, it's more what I'm talking about. Because it's always, as Ito is finding out, if you're working on stuff you enjoy, then it makes it not feel like work. If you're working on stuff you don't really like, then it feels more like work. So I guess beggars can't be choosers, so you've got to take what you can get. Don't think I'm precious. I'm not. I will work on anything, and I have worked on anything, and you know. But if you have a choice, it's always nice to work on stuff you enjoy. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, what was I doing? That's right, dirt. I was going to do a dirt layer. See, you're confusing me. Phil can't do two things at once. So yeah, even though this is hanging inside a building and not outside, we're still going to put a dirt layer on it just to make it a little bit more realistic, because nothing is completely clean. And these textures do make it look a little dirty anyway, but I always like to put a dirt layer on everything. It always gets back to what I was saying to you guys when I first started streaming. The tendency to make things in 3D look too perfect and too clean is very easy because, you know, it's a 3D program, it's mathematical. You can make everything look perfect, you can make everything look pristinely clean. But that's not realistic. The real world is not like that. So yeah, I always go through, make sure my models are not completely perfect and make sure that they're not completely clean. And you have to sort of make an effort to do it because 3D modeling, you can make things perfect easily. Must have passed it. Where is it? Come on. But it's good to hear you're still enjoying it, Sniper Girl, even though you are doing the horrible retopology stuff. Well, not the horrible retopology, the horrible models you're retopologizing. I think I generally use the clay row. You can use anything, but generally I believe this is the one I use. I really should do a quick save here because I haven't saved this, and you know, you never know. Gothic light. Gothic light. I'm just going to change the color here. I'm going to make it a bit lighter. I'm just going to take out some of the color in it as well. And we're going to use a smart mask. Let's try the dust soft. I'm going to pull up on the contrast because I don't want it to have like be spread all over the model. I want to sort of pull it back more into the corners of the model. which is what this contrast does. Because that's where dirt will accumulate, anywhere there's a groove or a joint or you know what I mean, where the grooves are. Sniper Girl says retopologizing comes with the job. Makes sense that they'll have junior people working on it. I get the juniors to do the UV mapping usually. I do look forward to doing more in the near future. Yeah, look, that's just the way it is generally with the studio. The more senior people have other things that they have to work on. So a lot of the manual sort of work like retopology, UV mapping, that usually gets handed to the junior people to do. Not always. I mean, I still do UV mapping and I still retopologize stuff as well. I don't ask the juniors, this is me personally, I don't ask the junior staff to do anything I'm not willing to do myself. That's the way I've always been in every studio or every job I've ever worked in. You sometimes come across people that think they're better than doing UV mapping or they're better than doing retopology, and I've never been like that, and I think that's a really bad way to be. So I never ask a junior staff member to do anything I'm not willing to do myself and that I don't do myself. I just think that's a fairer way to go and makes everyone much more happy and cohesive. That way they don't feel like they're just being given the shit jobs, if you know what I mean. And that's not what they're there for. They're there to learn. They're not just there to do retopology all day or do just UV mapping all day. They want to get their teeth into a project and they want to learn. So I try and avoid getting them to do anything I wouldn't do and just getting them to do the stuff I don't want to do. But that's just me, and there are some people in some studios that are not like that. They're generally the bad studios. So. Abigail says, yeah, and I get that. So I'm just looking over my model here to see if there's anything else I want to do. What I might do though is I might just change the color of this dirt layer a little bit. I think I made it a bit too light. I'm going to darken it up again. Just a little bit. It should probably be good. Like I said, I don't think there's anything else I really need to do to it. We don't want to go overboard. Let's do a quick save and export the textures. Sniper Girl says, well, honestly, thinking starting next week will be modeling a lot of things. Cinematics is needing a lot of models. I'm sure it is. You don't really realise just how much you do need until you start working on a project. Sometimes. Gothic light. Just going to open the folder. Yes, that's all good. We did a save, didn't we? Yes, we did. Good. Let's jump into Max. Now you'll notice when Max gets its brain together and shows me an image, we do have a chain hanging above this light, which I didn't bring into Substance Painter. That's because I'm going to reuse the same texture I used for one of the other hanging light fittings in the game level for this chain. Where we can reuse stuff, it's always better. We're going to reduce the texture memory and all that sort of jazz. So I will be reusing a material that's already been created for another light fitting on that chain when we bring it into UE4. Just thought I'd explain that in case you're wondering why it has a chain here and doesn't have a chain in Substance. Let's just do a quick save here and open up a new model. We'll do the save cabinet, I think. Now, I haven't UV mapped this one or anything, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to send it over to Rhizome and UV map it. It's an edit mesh. That plugin wants it to be an edit poly. There we go. Let's see if we can import the model without distorting it like it did last time with the other model we were working on. And look, I still see distortion. So we're going to have to do it by hand. Well, when I say by hand, I can't use the plugin. The plugin is just too buggy. So I'm just going to export the model. To Antique Safe Cabinet. I don't know why I already have some here. Oh, now I remember. Yep. I'm just going to call it Antique Safe Cabinet 1. So we don't get confused. I didn't UV map it, did I? I'm just wondering why I have export stuff. I'm just going to check this to see if I did UV map it. I don't think I did, but I'll double check. Come on, there we go. Actually, I think I did UV map it. Oh, there you go. It has been UV mapped already. Okay. Good to know. Alrighty, I don't think I've assigned vertex colors, so I'm pretty sure I haven't. No. So we'll do that. UV it again. Oh, please. Oh no. No, that won't be happening. We won't be doing that again. It's UV mapped. That's fine. We'll leave it. We've already done it. There's plenty of other models I'm going to have to UV map, so we'll leave this one the way it is. Let's assign vertex colors though. So again, I'm going to stick to the same color scheme for all of our furniture. I want it to be heavy sort of atmosphere in the master bedroom, and we're going to stick with the chocolate wood and the cherry and gold. So all of our furniture stays consistent. So let's have a look here. We will go with this one, and the doors. We'll make a chocolate, so let's make that a blue. The top, the sides, and the back, we'll make a cherry wood. Cookie, it's good to see you, Cookie. How are you? Cookie says, yeah, I missed it. I didn't get to see it UV'd or anything, but don't worry, there's going to be plenty of other models for me to UV map. Do not worry. So yes, you did. Everyone missed it. I did it off stream. It's good to see you though, Cookie. I hope you're well. So this one we're going to make a red color for the vertex so that it's a cherry wood. To remind me it's a cherry wood, I should say. We're going to make the large circles gold. And we'll make these circular pieces of gold as well. And these circular pieces can be a gold. No, not that piece. Sniper Girl says, died in a game due to typing. Yes, are you well, Cookie? Is everything good? Cookie says, doing alright. How about you? I'm doing well. Sniper Girl is at her new studio, so she's doing well. I'm assuming I shouldn't talk for her. How rude of me. So we're going to make, not this piece here. The circular pieces, we're going to make a gold. Not the back. Not the cupboards. Sniper Girl says doing well at work, not clocked in or anything, gaming and watching the stream. So we're going to make those a yellow so that they're a gold. These main pieces we're going to also make probably a gold, but a different sort of gold. So let's make them this sort of orangey colour. Cookie says, oh, go clock in, silly. And these little latches, I think, is the last thing that's left for me to assign a texture colour to, and this latch up here. Oh, actually, and these latches here, I forgot about them. So these ones here. And you will notice the model has chamfered edges. Again, another bugbear of mine. Don't make the edges too sharp, and because again, that's not realistic. So all of our latches, we will make a mid-grey. So I'm going to make them like a silver probably, or a metallic colour anyway. And that just leaves the main latches here. Sniper Girl says, did 10 hours today. Wow. Sniper Girl says, lost track of time, looked up and like 2 other people were here. It's like that, isn't it? I find that's why I end up working till early hours of the morning, not because I set out to do that, just because you start working and before you know it, time has literally flown by. And it's like, 2 or 3 in the morning, at least for me. So it's easy to lose track of time. I get where you're coming from. So Cookie says, so you just hang out at work after hours, Sniper Girl. Let's make these latches, let's make them a pink. They're not going to be pink, of course, but just for our vertex colours. Now let's check to see that we've actually assigned everything correctly. And it looks like I have forgotten a couple here. But we can keep those white and I can assign them another texture, or I can assign them the same texture, it's no big deal. So that they've got a colour, but the colour is white. But aside from that, I think we've textured it up correctly. And again, I'm just in my mind's eye picturing the different wood to make sure that this is the colour scheme I want to go with, or the pattern for the wood that I want to go with. Yeah, that should work. Sniper Girl says, I am currently the 10th place the studio set me up with has like 15 channels and only 9 to 10 of them are working and none of them are good. Also don't have my computer here yet. Cookie says that makes perfect sense then. I'd sleep at work. I agree, Cookie, I would too. If I didn't have my entertainment, I would stay where there is some entertainment value to be had. 9 to 10 channels that work doesn't sound great. Oh dear. Okay, let's just do a quick save and we're going to export this model again now that we've done the vertex colouring as the final version. Let's jump back into Substance Painter. We saved this, didn't we? Let's save it again to make sure. And we'll create a new project. And click save. I'm just going to create a folder here and call it old. And because I don't want to get confused when I have to bring stuff into Unreal, I'm just going to move these others into this old folder so that I know that the one that's left is the one I need to bring into Unreal. Because there's nothing worse than having a folder with 50 million models and not knowing which one it is you need to bring in. Sniper Girl says, "Don't tempt me. My chair is comfortable and there's showers on the 3rd floor." And Cookie does further tempting. Okay. I'm just going to call this Safe Cabinet. And bake out our maps. Alrighty. Okay, so let's jump into our materials and let's jump down to our wood grain. Let's wait for substance to catch up. And let's go with the chocolate wood. Now again, let me just assign it to a color selection. Now that's interesting. What is going on here? The ID map did not bake out. I'm just trying to work out why that would have been. I re-exported the model, didn't I? Or did I forget? I'm pretty sure I did. Let me just go back to normal here. Re-export the model again. Antique safe cabinet. Let's update our project. Again, let's make sure we've got the right file. Bake out our maps again. Vertex color, that's correct. There we go. I don't know, maybe I forgot to export it or something went wrong with the export, but it's there now. So let's choose our color, which is the blue. Okay, now we've got the wood grain running in the wrong directions. It's right up the top, but it's wrong on these two. So I'm going to jump back into... I can't just rotate the texture because then it's going to be incorrect. Let's rotate it 90 degrees and see. Might actually be okay. I think the wood grain probably should run that way on these bits along the top and the bottom, and I want it running up and down on the doors, but it's the height information is way too high. May just play with the scaling a little bit. These sliders are so fiddly in Substance Painter, they really are. going to change the color. I'm going to make it... actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the layer. And make the top one a little darker. So I want it nice and dark. Cookie says it's for the best girl. Would they actually let you? I hope a girl says I have no idea. I'll probably go back to the temp place in like an hour. I couldn't stand that. I really couldn't. I need my entertainment. I've actually watched the last episode of The Mandalorian. That was getting into that series more and more now. The new Disney Star Wars spin-off series. It's pretty cool. Rick and Morty, of course. There's a new season of Rick and Morty out at the moment. I've been enjoying that as well. I love Rick and Morty. Okay, so let's throw down a smart mask. And let's go with... let's try this one. I'm just going to assign it a color selection again so that it's restricted just to the wood grain. Cookie says you can hold shift when dragging the sliders to make them less sensitive. That's a good tip, Cookie. Thanks for that. I'll check that out in 2 seconds. Because yeah, they are very sensitive. Hold the shift key down. I'll check that out in a minute. That it did not let me do that again. There we go. Okay, well, I'm just going to remove that smart mask for a minute. And I'm going to put these two in a group. I'm going to call it Chalkwood. Now we'll throw down smart mask. Very strange, it seems to be losing the smart mask for some reason. Not sure why. I'm just going to switch to a different smart mask and see if that makes a difference. Why won't you let me swap those around? Alrighty, let's play with this a bit. Again, you guys have seen me work with furniture before. I always do this so that we don't get a flat wood color. We get this two-tone mix of the two colors together. It just makes the wood look more interesting, more believable. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to throw a material underneath of this chocolate wood. Come on. I'm looking forward to using Mixer a lot more. I hope Quix will hurry up and release the update to Mixer. Come on. And we're going to throw this beach honey underneath. I'm going to turn off the height and the normal map for it. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. I'm just going to turn off the wood grain above it so I can make sure that scaling and everything is correct. Sniper Girl says, can't wait for Mixer 2020, neither can I. Cookie says, you played with Alchemy at all? I have. I was playing with Alchemy last week on stream. I created a quick texture, a quick shader for the wardrobe we were working on last week. I jumped into Alchemist really quickly. I used it too when we did the fabric for the bathroom for the bathtub. Yeah, Alchemist is cool. I want Mixer. Mixer is very much like Alchemist at the moment, but apparently with Mixer's updates, it should become more like Painter. So that's what I'm sort of waiting for. I'm waiting for them to start adding smart masks and stuff, so it can be more of a competitor to Substance Painter. Not that I mean, I like Painter, don't get me wrong. I just don't like that it's owned by Adobe now, that's all. That and the fact too that you can use Mixer, there's that bug again, for free if you're using it to make a game in UE4, which is what I'm doing. Epic Games bought Quixel. So you can use, you have access to the entire Megascans library for free, which is really cool. So that's why I'm keen to start using Mixer a lot more. But I showed you guys how you can get around it in the meantime by exporting your textures from the Megascans library and bringing them into Painter, which is what I ended up doing. I used Alchemist and then I used Painter. I don't know if they really want you doing that, but I'm still using it in UE4, so I'm not breaking, I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be doing. So yes, I have, it is very neat. Alchemist is very neat. Cookie. Sniper Girl says, Mixer 2020 is like Alchemy mixed with Painter in one program. That will be very cool. Cookie says, sounds cool. Not sure if I can justify the cost of another texturing suite. It's free. Cookie, it's free. Download it for free. Did I put a... Let me just see if I bookmarked it. I don't think I did. Yeah, no. Epic Games bought Quixel about a week ago. So you can download the entire programs for free, Cookie. That's the link there. So yeah, download them for nothing. You've got access to the entire Quixel Megascans library for free. But you have to be using it in UE4. I mean, that's the condition. That's why Epic Games bought it. So yeah, you've got access to the entire Megascans library without having to subscribe. And they've got a huge library of stuff. Huge. A lot of it's photogrammetry stuff as well, so it's all very cool. So you download Mixer and download Bridge. Bridge is the program you use to browse their Megascans library, and Mixer is the program you use like Alchemist to actually make I was going to call them substances, but shaders. Yep, it's free. The Cookie says, I don't use UE4. Mercury says, Mixer is free for everyone. Free use of the library is for UE4. Well, there you go. There you go. Mixer is free regardless of whether you use it for UE4. Just if you want to use the Megascans library. That's only for UE4. Sniper Girl says, was told that the studio has Quixel license. Might end up switching to it as primary texturing program once 2020 comes out. I may as well. Even though I have access to the, like I said, I use Painter and Alchemist. I'm keen to see what Quixel 2020 brings, and if it's as good as they say, then I will switch out from using Alchemist and Painter to Quixel Mixer. Cookie says, if only I could use substances in Mixer. I think you probably can, because I can use mixers in Substance. I'd be surprised if you can't use substances in Mixer. you're going to have to recreate them, of course, and you can't just drag and drop the SBZAR file or something. But you should be able to remake them, because that's what I did for one texture I used last week. That the actual shader was created in Mixer, but I recreated it in Alchemist and used it in Substance Painter. Cookie says, I suppose you could export the texture and do it that way, but it seems like too much work. Well, no. Yeah, there is no one-click solution, I'm afraid. Another girl says, yeah, agreed, that would be nice. Okay, so let's throw another smart mask. And we're going to go with. I know what I want, I just gotta find it. Let's try the stains and scratches one. Don't think this is the one I want, but I'll see if I can play around with it to get something that I might like. Oh yeah, we can probably make this work. We'll make it work. Sniper Girl says to Cookie, dude, I made substances of every scan I got from Mixer using Substance Designer so I could expose stuff like inverting normal, rough amount, spec amount. Did that one at a time. Takes time, but it's doable. It is. Cookie just wants a one-click solution, though, don't you, Cookie? You just want to click a button and have it all done. It would be nice if these companies decided they were going to work together and keep the same format for everything, so we could all, mix and match our substances or whatever shaders in every program, but they don't tend to want to do that for some reason. Go figure. Smurfberry says, if you know how to code a bit, you could whip something up with Substance Automation Toolkit to automate it. Well, Cookie does programming. Cookie's capable of doing that, I'm sure. Come on, Cookie. You can do it. Sniper Girl says, I don't have Automation Toolkit. I'm just going to change the underlying colour here a little bit. I'm just going to darken it up a bit. Just so it's not quite so in your face. Much better. A little bit more subtle is good. Smokeberry says, if you have a subscription, you do to the Automation Toolkit. Sniper Girl says, I bought a single license for Designer and Painter, not subbed. Oh no, rest in peace, Smokeberry says. And Cookie says, I'll just keep using Substance for now. Okay, it's probably the easiest way to go, Cookie. Wait until Mixer 2020 is released, and if it's as good as Sniper Girl's telling us it's going to be, then we can look at swapping over then. Caesar says, hello, what do you think is the best workflow for hard surfaces? What do you mean, Caesar? Caesar and Dyer? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'll just call you Caesar. What do you mean by the best workflow, Caesar? What sort of thing are you wanting to know? Sniper Girl says to Caesar, it all depends on what you mean by hard surface. Cookie says, I'm eager to see 2020 Substance tools, a lot of stuff. Adobe is contributing a lot of good tech. I'm sure they are. Just Adobe is such a big company and they buy up everybody. It's like Autodesk. Autodesk are the same. I mean, I love Max. You guys don't know Max is my baby, but these big companies that just buy up other companies, I mean, that's not good for the industry, really. Sniper Girl's asking, are we talking weapons, vehicles, or what? Caesar says, I'm trying to make an armor. Okay. Well, any 3D program to make your armor in, that doesn't really matter because they're all very good now. I use 3D Studio Max. Smurfberry, I believe, uses Maya, I think. But there's Blender, which is completely free as well. They're all very good 3D programs. So you make your armor in that, depending on what sort of detail you want going on your armor. Like if it's detailed sort of stuff happening on the metalwork, you could use ZBrush to do that. If you want to sculpt the details in, or you could still do it in your 3D program. Sniper Girl says, armor that can contours closely to a person's body. Do you have a character already designed? How far are you looking at going with it? Cookie says, yeah, I have love-hate relationships with Adobe and Autodesk. Yeah, me too. So yeah, it's easy. You model it up in your 3D program. You could sculpt the details using ZBrush. You don't have to though. There are other ways to get details on your metalwork, your armor inside of a 3D program, without having to get into ZBrush. You could take it into Substance Painter here, like I am, to texture it up. You could take it into Mixer, a Quixel Mixer, which we've been talking about, which is free, to texture it up in that program. Sniper Girl says, are you looking at adding damage, wear, etc. in the mesh so you can bake out or what? Yeah, we need a little bit more information about like what it's for and that sort of thing, Caesar. I'm just trying to work out whether I need to add anything more to the wood grain. But as far as a basic workflow goes, you model it up in your 3D program. You can detail it up in Substance Painter or in Mixer. Aside from that, I'm not really sure what else you'd need as far as workflow goes. And it depends. You're going to be using it. You're going to be rendering out the final thing. You're going to bring it into a real-time game engine, all that sort of stuff. We need to know. Again, do remember, guys and girls, if you're new to my channel, you want to know more about me, go to phildoes3d.com. You can look at more of my work there, and all my social media links are there. Also, remember to join the Discord server, which I've just popped the link into chat. There's a gallery section where you can show up your work on the Phil Does 3D Discord. There's a tutorials and tips section, and also a section where you can link to your folio and demo reel, if you want to. If you've got any questions at any time, you can always drop into the Discord and ask them there, because if I'm not streaming, either I or one of the mods or one of the other users of the Discord can help you out. Let's leave the wood grain here at the moment. Let's move on to the wood grain for the sides and the back. We want that to be a cherry colour, so let's jump down to our wood. Again, let's wait for substance. I wish it would cache these and keep them in the cache. It caches them, but when you scroll too far, it seems to lose the cache. And you got to wait for them to regenerate again. It's very annoying. We're going to go with cherry wood. And again, we're going to mask with color selection. And again, we're going to rotate it 90 degrees. Scale it up. Reduce the height information because it's too high. The one at the back probably should run up and down, but across is not too bad, and we're never going to see it because it's going to be this is actually going to be placed up against a wall, so we're never really going to see the back. I would suggest if you were never going to open the cabinet, you could probably even remove the back. But I am planning on having this cabinet something that the player can interact with in the game, so they'll be able to open the doors, in which case we do need to have a back. Let's duplicate this layer again. And let's make this one darker. And we're going to put these in a group. I'm going to call it Cherrywood. Let's find a smart mask again. We want to mask by color selection for the group. Don't know that this mask is actually what I really want, so I might just remove that and we'll choose something else. Let's see here. Let's go with it's blowing a gale here again where I live. I can hear it blowing outside. Let's go with the surface worn. McKenna says painting pixels is Welsh. Painting pixels in Welsh is, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, McKinnon, or McKenna, sorry. Welcome to Phil Does 3D. McKenna. And yes, I'm painting pixels and pushing polys. That's my tagline for my Twitch channel. Doing an invert on these to see which one of the two is more interesting, and I actually like it inverted, I think. Let's just play around with it a little bit. Pull back a bit on the contrast. Maybe pull back a little bit on the ambient occlusion. And let's also just pull back a little bit on the mask itself, just so that the mix is not quite so in your face. I'm going to do the same thing again that I did with the chocolate wood. I'm going to add an underlying wood grain. Thank you for the follow, McKenna9. I do appreciate it when you guys follow me. Selfless One, hello to you. Do remember, guys, too, to join the Discord server if you haven't already. Just click that blue graphic below my stream and my panels. It says join the Phil Does 3D Discord. It's good to see you, Selfless One. How are you? You well? So I'm just going to throw this this light coloured wood underneath. Again, I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees. We're going to turn off the height and the normal information. Make sure I'm actually in my group here. There we go. And I'm going to throw down another smart mask. Again, we'll go with stains and scratches. so we give the wood a little bit more interest, a little bit more going on. It's not quite so, again, so flat. Selfless one says, doing well, thanks. And it says hello to Sniper Girl in chat. Good to hear. Okay, let's let's do a quick save because, you know, you never know. And we're going to call this as Antique Save. We'll call it Antique Save. No, it's called a safe, even though it's really just a cabinet, but it's sort of modelled on a safe, I think. That's why it's called an antique safe. It's just a cabinet. Okay, let's jump back to our materials. Actually, we'll go to a smart material here, and we're going to go to a gold. Let's try this one. And again, let's mask with color selection. Going to go back into my materials. I'm going to throw down just a plain rusty metal underneath, or above this actually, and then we'll use a mask. As soon as I find the right one. Rusted steel, we'll go with that one. Let's mask it to you. Let's just change the scaling a little bit. Throw down a smart mask. And let's go with try this one.
Save the world that we're losing.
Oh, I see. What it's doing, it's replacing it every time I use a color selection. Alright. Okay, you want to be like that? That's fine. We're going to group these two. We're going to call this... What do we call this? What would you call that? Let's call it round deco. I can't really think what else we call it. Selfless One says, this is looking great. Always inspiring us, Phil. Making my rounds. Came to say hello, but have to run. Take care. You too. Thanks for popping in, Selfless One. I do appreciate it. Hope you're well. Hope you stay well. Well, hopefully we'll see you again soon. What we're going to do here is I'm going to throw that surface worn down again. And I'm going to color selection the group so it stays just on that. Sniper Girl says, shh, don't boost Phil's ego any more than it. Come on. My ego's well in check. Thank you very much. Android Lust, it's good to see you, Android Lust. How are you? How's your internet holding up? It's good to see you. I hope you're well. You're late? That's okay. Better late than never. Yeah, how are you? And how is the internet? 'Cause I know you've been having problems with your internet recently. Okay, let's play with our mask here a little bit. Just want to bring in a bit more of the rust on this these decorative pieces. I don't want to look quite so new and shiny. Internet is good today, Android Lust says. That's good to hear. Android Lust says, no low resolution mess today, finally. Yeah, we've been the internet provider, my ISP. Thankfully, it hasn't happened on the days that I have to stream to you guys, but they've had a few problems recently as well. But it tends to be on the weekend when I don't stream, so it hasn't really affected my streaming. But I know that it's affected other people, and if I was streaming on the weekend, I would have been in trouble because my ISP has had a few problems. But it's good, it's all fixed up for today, Android Lust. Sniper Girl says that's good. Android Lust says, felt like the old days for a while. Well, I know you had to watch in 160p. I mean, that's just a blurry mess. Although it would make me look wonderful in 160p. Well, it would smooth me out. I would have looked 20 years younger. But it's not nice. I don't like bad internet at all. It's no fun. You don't realise just how reliant you are on the internet until it either goes down or it plays up. You don't realise just how much time, unless it's just me, you spend on the internet doing stuff. So when it goes down, I'm sort of like lost. I can't do anything because I spend so much time online. Android Lost says, felt like the old days. Sniper Girl says, internet and computer. That's right, two things. That's right, the internet and the computer. Both of which, without which, I'm just lost. You miss your computer, Sniper Girl? I'm sure you do. Like I said, could not cope without my PC. I just love my PC too much and I'm on it all the time. Maybe, because I got to do a lot of work, but even without that, I still spend a lot of time on the computer. I could not imagine not being able to use my PC. That would drive me insane. Let's go with this gold. I'm just going to close that group down. And mask by color selection. And we'll pick the hinges. I'm going to do the same thing again though. I'm going to throw an underlying rusted metal underneath of it. Android Lust says, I was thankful for bad internet when I had 6 megabits per second down. Sniper Girl says, same. That's why I'm still at work on the computer. 6 megabits per second was faster than my old place. I love my you guys know, when I first started streaming, I used to have a real potato internet connection because I live in Australia and we're like the backwater of the world. The internet in this country used to be incredibly bad. Thankfully now that we have the NBN, the National Broadband Network, the internet is good, but I can relate because I had bad, really crappy ADSL internet for a very long time. And I do appreciate the newer, faster internet. Android Lost says, bad internet equals less distractions. Well, that's true. Well, it was 6 down, but like 200 plus ping. Oh, man. You had 3 at Sniper Girl. Android Lost says to Sniper Girl, you had 3. Man, 3 would be bad. I mean, I was better than that. I used to have 10. But it still wasn't great. And the pings were terrible as well. Anivia, thank you for the follow, Anivia. Again, my apologies if I'm mispronouncing your username. The guys will tell you I'm terrible. I do appreciate the follow though, Anivia. So thank you very much for following Phil Does 3D. Sniper Girl says, yeah, it was about 3. Oh man, no, I couldn't put up with that. 3 megabits per second. Ooh. Like I said, I thought 10 was bad. 10 megabits a second. I'm just going to pop these into their own subgroup. And we're going to call this one Hinges. And I'm going to mask with color selection again. And we're going to change the scaling. Sniper Girl says, don't want to leave the studio like ever, just did a speed test and got 904 megabits down and 672 up. Man! You're on a fiber connection. Oh, I'm so jealous. So jealous. Yeah, fiber. Love fiber. That's like 1,000. Yeah, it's great. Unfortunately, I can't get fiber to my house. Some houses in this country you can, that's part of the NBN, but not to my address, unfortunately. Android Lust says, last week I was under 1 megabyte per second. Oh man. Sniper Girl says, crap. Can I take the net, the studio's net, to my next apartment? And Smurf says, oh lord, yeah, that's a fiber connection. That's 1,000. Generally, I bet pretty much that's probably what they've got. That is sweet, so sweet. That's the other reason I was thinking of going to New Zealand though, because in New Zealand you can get a fibre connection, so those sort of speeds to your home. In Australia you can, but not to every home. In New Zealand, with their national broadband network, every home can. So. Anyway, let's throw a smart mask down. I'm just going to put up with my connection. It's fast enough, I guess. Certainly not as fast as that, though. I'm going to throw a smart mask on you. Just pull in a little bit more of the gold. Might even pull up on the contrast so that the hinges stand out a little bit more. I'm actually going to pull back on the hide information for the underlying layer. I just think it looks a bit bumpy. Better. Sniper Girl says to Android Lust, wow, I thought my old net was bad. Android Lust says, is that a Battlefield shirt? It is. You're very, very observant, Android Lust. Is that a Battlefield shirt? Yes, it is. Battlefield. It's a Battlefield shirt. Not that I play Battlefield, but I went to EB Games and bought a whole heap of t-shirts, gaming t-shirts. Like I've got Dishonored ones, and yeah, a couple of Battlefield ones. I buy them for the design, not because it's the game, if that makes any sense. If I like the design on the t-shirt, then I'll buy it, regardless of what the game is. I've got a Tanks t-shirt as well. Like I've never played Tanks, but I really like the design. So you're very, very observant, Android Lust. You're the first person to spot it. And I've been streaming for how long now? You did get it right. Sniper Girl says to Android Lust, not gonna lie, thought she said Battlefield shit. When I last back at the chat. Sniper Girl says, wonder is Android, yep, one. Winder is Android Lust 1. So yes, you are correct. Winner, oh thank you. I was trying to work out, what is she trying to say? Yes, you are the winner, Android Lust, you are correct. You are the first person to actually spot it. Android Lust is the sniper girl. I don't have my glasses on, so I thought I'd type. And Sniper Girl says, still getting used to it. Even when I'm... Look, I've had my keyboard up, my Ducky keyboard for years, and I still mistype stuff. So, it's never... I get it. I'm always mistyping stuff. I can generally get the gist, most times. Let's go back to our smart materials. Let's find another smart material. Let's go with this gold. And we're going to mask it to the lock and the handles. Again, I think I might I'm just trying to organize myself here so I know what's going on where. Okay. Let's throw again an underlying plain metal underneath of this. And which one are we going to go for? Let's try this one. Let's move that up to the top of the stack. I don't actually like this, so I'm going to remove this material. We'll choose something else. I don't like the look of that one. Let's try... Try tarnished steel. And that's probably better. Scale it up a bit. And let's regroup these, subgroup them again. We'll call this lock. Mask it. Mix it with a smart mask. Let's try this one. Pull back on the blur a bit. just like to get a look at stuff from a bit of a distance. I've said that to you guys before. I don't like to work like this too often because if I sort of zoom back, I can get an idea of the overall look of the model, and that's more important. Let's look at the hinges. And for the hinges, I think I'll go with let's try. Android Lust says, I do love the textures on it, looks real. Thanks, Android Lust. Let's try this one for the edges, for the hinges I mean. Again, we're going to mask with color selection. We're going to pick the hinges.
I remember Virginia Beach, the way it's crashing. Memories so hard to believe.
I'm also going to add another color selection. And we'll choose these little hingy bits there as well.
Just that moment with you. Just that moment with you.
Don't know that we really need to do anything more. You see it's got no bottom. Just trying to decide if I like the hinge like that or not. Might just go into the hinges subfolder and see if I want to make any changes.
Fingers trace when you would sleep beside me.
This one here that I'm looking at. Yeah, just didn't like how thick that border was, so I might just pull back on that a little bit, make it look a little bit not quite as thick of a border.
Nothing's gonna break us, this love will make us. Nothing's gonna break. Yeah, nothing's gonna break us, this love will make us. Nothing's gonna break.
Thanks, Sniper Girl. So yeah, I just thought that the edge bordering was a bit too thick around that decorative piece, so we just pulled it back a bit so it's a little bit less in your face.
Just that moment with you. Just that moment with you.
Aside from that, I don't know that we really need to add anything more to it. Let's save it and let's export the textures. Model, bedroom, chosen, antique safe cabinet. Okay. Righty, so what else have we got to work on? Again, I'm just going to make sure that once Max catches up with me here, come on. Come on, Max. Let's just save our file. What else do I have? The bureau. Okay, so again, this is an object that we're going to be able to open the drawers on, and this is also a separate object. It's like a desk, if that makes sense. It's meant like a cabinet and a desk where you can like pull this bit out, which is a desk. So in the game, this bit will also be movable by the player. I'll probably have something like a note or something in here, so it's sort of hidden for the player until they pull it out to see it. But we'll texture it all up as one piece, and then when it comes time to actually use it in Unreal, we will have to break it up so that the drawers are separate and that desk piece is separate so that they can all be manipulated individually inside the game. That goes for all the furniture we've been working on. And now I'm pretty sure I have not texture mapped this bit up. I'm almost positive. I will double check, but I'm pretty sure. Now, the easiest way for me to check is to throw down a checker pattern. Max is still really sluggish. And we'll just tile it 40 times. Max is really sluggish. No, you see, it's not UV mapped correctly, so we need to UV map this one. My apologies here. Max is just very sluggish on me. I'm just going to jump back into Substance Painter. I think it's because of the project here, and we're just going to. Actually, I'm going to close Substance Painter down because we won't be using it again in this streaming session, and closing it down will allow Max to get its dignity back and stop being so sluggish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this and then import it into Rhizome. I'm not going to use the plugin. The plugin is just too buggy. So let me attach these pieces together. Again, these are all little drawers. That's the reason they're separate objects. I'll detach them again before we start bringing the model into Unreal. I think that's everything. Sniper Girl says, "Wow, works Max like a slave and then complains he's sluggish." That's right. I want it to be. It must perform all the time, 100%. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do reset the pivot to the middle of the object. I'm also going to do a reset on the export. And collapse my stack. I'm going to resave this before I do anything as the attached version. So I can go back to my previous version, unattached version if I need to. Oops. Let's export it into the Bureau folder. Let's open up Rhizome. And import our model. What you talking about? I don't see any topology errors. Thank you very much. There are no topology errors that I can see. Who cares what Rhizome thinks? The model is fine. We're only using Rhizome for UVM. Anyway, Sniper Girl says Spoken like a true slave master. Android Lust says, I may have some new work to show tomorrow. I look forward to seeing that, Android Lust. Sniper Girl says, nice, look forward to seeing it if you end up posting some. Me too. Sniper Girl says, have you looked in the mirror for the topology error? What? Have I looked in the mirror for the topology error? What do you mean? Sniper Echo, it's good to see you, buddy. Evening to you as well. We were talking about your bad luck, so I was reading what you said in the Discord server about the power surge. And I didn't realise it was as bad as it was when you talked about it, when you mentioned it last week. I mean, that's terrible, dude. Really bad. Android Lost says it's nothing spectacular this time. It's what? It's called a quick sculpt. Well, we still want to see it, Android Lust. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, had worse weeks, thanks. Hope you're having a blast. Or you've had a terrible luck, Sniper Echo. Sniper Girl says to Sniper Echo, heard about that. Sorry to hear what happened. Do you know if your APC is still under warranty or anything? That's what Sniper Girl brought up. If you can't get compensation from the power company, which you should be able to because I think that's disgraceful, that they destroy your equipment and your neighbour's stuff as well. I was saying in this country the power company is responsible, but it does take a long time to get them to cop up. Usually takes at least a couple of months. But legally they have to, at least in Australia. But Sniper Girl mentioned, yeah, if your UPS maybe was under warranty, maybe you could claim through that. It's called sarcasm, Sniper Girl says. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, both APCs are under warranty, new ones are on the way. But Sniper Girl, I think, was saying that you may get coverage, like warranty coverage for your equipment if it's destroyed while you were using it. So that might be something to look into. If you can't get the actual power company themselves to cop up. I'm assuming Chili Dolce. Thanks for following the Discord server. Remember, guys, jump on the Discord if you aren't already. Sniper Girl says to Sniper, do you know if it covers failure to protect equipment? Anivia says, yes, I'm here. I'm Mexican. Okay, Anivia, okay. That explains the chili dulce. Oh, I love Mexican food. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Indian and Mexican food. Yum. I love spicy food. And welcome, Anivia. Anivia. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Android Lost says to Sniper Echo, I'm sorry, man. Harbour Failure is the way. It is, and it's Sniper Echo. I feel so bad for you to have so much equipment destroyed. Even when you were trying to do the right thing, like you said, it destroyed the data on your main hard drive, but you were doing network backups, and to have it even possibly affect that's just terrible. Because you were saying that the data is probably more important because it's 6 months worth of work. And Avia says, good, you working? Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, because the surge was way above rated maximum. No, apparently according to the APC, I'd have had better off if the unit was hit by lightning. Man, how much power did they send through? That must have been a massive power surge. Have they mentioned how that happened? Why that happened? The power company, I mean. Sniper Girl says to Sniper Echo, wow, that sucks. Sorry to hear. And Avia says, but in video games, so it's okay. Yeah, no, that's just terrible, Sniper Echo. Really bad. These power companies, I mean, yeah, like I said, before I moved into where I live now, this is like, we're talking 15 years ago, in another part of Melbourne, a car hit a power pole, and that caused a surge to come through to where I used to live, the house I was living in, and that destroyed my television. But the power company forked up to replace my TV eventually. It did take a couple of months. I'm assuming it was it was a power company. A car hit one of the power poles, which caused a surge, which blew out my TV, but the power company paid for it. But it took a couple of months. The power company didn't want to initially. They were forced to eventually. And as Snowberry said, you said it destroyed some of the TVs and stuff of your neighbours. Get that in writing as well. Like Smurf said, even if it's just an email of all the people that were affected by it. Because in my opinion, they're going to cough up. They're going to pay. Because that's just not good enough. That's just terrible. Terrible. Yeah, and I'd be devastated. I really would. Because we were saying I can't live without my PC. So I would just be lost if I couldn't use my computer. I use it all the time, constantly. The only time I don't is when I'm away, in the mountains in the middle of nowhere. But that's okay because I prepare myself ahead of time to know that I'm not going to have technology. That's the whole point of going to the middle of nowhere. But if I can't use it and I'm at home, man, that would drive me up the wall. Sniper Girl says, Vanavia doing well, technically at work, but not clocked in. Gaming while here. Well, she's enjoying that fast internet connection she got at work there. Android Lost says, I couldn't imagine losing all my work. I'd probably cry. I would too. And Avia says to Sniper Girl, go for it. Sniper Echo says, I don't understand fully, but they said the frequency of the current went way up above what it was theoretically allowed for. APC were on location here because they couldn't understand it. The system I have is industrial. Regardless of the reason that it happened, the fact that it happened is just devastating, Sniper Echo. I really feel for you, and I would be incredibly, incredibly pissed off. Sniper Girl says, I'm not on the clock or anything, and if anyone was here to say anything, I'd say I'm doing research. That's right. Sniper Echo says to Android Lost, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, I'll back you up. I'll back you up too, girl. We got your back. Sniper Echo says, yeah, I have a meeting tomorrow with my game publisher. I will miss my deadline in a month's time. That means I will lose the funding round I worked to secure. Man, it just goes from bad to worse, dude. That is terrible. Really, really, really terrible. It sucks. I was saying to the guys, I feel I'm having contracts with other people and other companies. I was bitching about it to the guys and girls this morning when I started streaming. I had an email this morning from a company that we're in contract with for the game. I'm not going to go into details, but yes, 3 weeks till Christmas, and they want this, they want this, they want this. Come on. This is the time of year when I'm supposed to be slowing down, not speeding up. But I really feel for you, Sniper Echo. It's just terrible. Sniper Girl says, was told that I should go home soon by one of my supervisors, explained that I wasn't clocked in and the situation, and got an okay. There you go. Let's just save this save our Biedermeier thingy here. And we may pick this up tomorrow, I think, guys and girls, because it's that time of the day where I'm going to say goodbye. Anavia says, me too. WTF Studios want crunch time. 10 assets in December. That's right. You're quite welcome, Sniper Girl. Thanks for being here, Sniper Girl. It was great to see you. I will be back on again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States is when I stream, which is 1 a.m. if you're in the UK, or midday if you're in Australia. we'll pick up where we left off here and we'll finish UV mapping this Biedermeier piece of furniture, and then we'll take it into Substance Painter and do some texturing. Sniper Girl says, might be here tomorrow, not sure I'll be at the 10th place or not. No problem. And again, Sniper Echo, I'm so sorry to hear about what happened. Hang in there, dude. Yes, thanks you guys very much for hanging out and watching. I do appreciate you being here and watching me stream. I'll be back on again tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you guys then. Thank you again to Anavia and McKenna for following the channel. You guys and girls take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. See you guys.